Hi all, welcome to NK Education Platform. Today we are going to learn about the export subsidies. Our topic is export subsidies. An important non-tariff device to influence the country's international trade and especially to increase or expand country's export, home country's export is the export subsidies. So what will be export subsidies? These are non-tariff device. This is one of the non-tariff device to influence the international trade and especially to increase or expand the home country's export is the export subsidies. These export subsidies, these may be direct cash payments or in the form of grant of tax relief or in the form of subsidized loans to the potential exporters in the country or in the form of low interest loans to the foreign buyers to stimulate exports. Although the international agreements do not approve the resort of export subsidies, yet both developed and poor countries have extensively used this device either in explicit or in disguised form. So the both poor and the developed countries have extensively used this export subsidies either in a disguised or in an explicit way. During the recent years, the issues of farm subsidies became a matter of confrontation between the United States on the one hand and the countries of European Union and Japan on the other, and has resulted in the collapse of WTO negotiations held at Cancun in September 2003. So these farm subsidies became a matter of confrontation between the United States and also with the countries of European Union and Japan, and it has resulted in the collapse of WTO negotiations held at Cancun in 2003, September 2003. September 2003. The issues of farm subsidies are still remaining as a dispute at the Doha Round Conference of WTO negotiations. In 1984-86, the average rate of subsidies in Japan, European countries and USA were 64%, 49% and 35%. In Japan, the highest rate of subsidies were given to the wheat, which is around 96%, and coming to the lowest subsidy is given to the poultry products, which is 16%. And in the case of European countries, the highest and the lowest subsidies were around 75% and 18%, which is given to the sugar and egg products. In the United States, the highest and lowest level of subsidies in that period were only 76% and 7% in the case of sugar and eggs. And the United States, they insisted that the other countries, that the Japan and the European countries should scale down their subsidies on farm products so that the United States products could have greater access to the foreign market. Now we can look at the effects of export subsidies with the help of a figure. And you can see in this figure, the x-axis it indicates the quantity and in y-axis it indicates price of the commodity. And you can see the dx and xx, and here the dx denotes the demand curve and sx denotes the supply curve of the commodity X of the home country A, and the free trade world price is OP. Free trade world price is OP is the free trade world price, and at this price the domestic supply is OQ1. The domestic supply at this price is OQ1 and the demand is OQ. OQ is the demand. So that exportable surplus will be QQ1 is the exportable surplus of the commodity. If PP1 subsidy is extended, the price for domestic producers and consumers will be OP1. If the subsidy PP1 is extended, then the price for domestic producers and consumers will be OP1. At this price, the quantities demanded and supplied are QT, OQ2 and OQ3. OQT and OQ3. And the export surplus it increased from Q1 to Q2, Q3. The increase in domestic price to result in a loss of consumer surplus by PEAP1. So that the increase in domestic price to result in a loss of consumer surplus by PEAP1. This form. So these were the consumers loss in the case of the increase of domestic price. On the other hand, the gain in producer surplus will be PFBP1. The gain in producer surplus will be PFBP1. So that would be the producer's surplus. The cost of subsidy is PP1 into QT Q3. The cost of subsidies is PP1 into Q2 Q3 is equal to AC into AB is equal to ACGB. The cost of subsidies will be PP1 into Q2 Q3 is equal to AC into AB is equal to ACGB. That will be the cost of subsidy. To find out the net loss or the cost of protection, we have to add the loss in consumer surplus plus the cost of subsidy minus the producer's surplus. That is PEAP1. PEAP1. That is the consumer surplus. PEAP1 plus ACGB. That is the cost of surplus. ACGB minus PFBP1 minus PFBP1. So the answer will be delta ACE plus delta BGF. That will be the net cost of protection. Net loss of the cost of protection. The rate distribution effects related to the export subsidies can cause a net welfare loss in the exporting country, apart from the fact that the products of other countries may have some disadvantage in the foreign market. As other countries also bring countervailing duties on the export subsidies, there can be a serious restrictive effect upon the international trade. Thank you.